Am I the asshole for taking all of the clothes in my size off the rack so resellers couldn't grab everything before I looked? Last week, I had time and stopped into a thrift, and they were just putting out stuff from their truck. I am never so lucky to be there when that happens. The shops are always very picked over with just Old Navy or Target clothes whenever I can go. So I was happy I might find something. I started browsing normally and was finding some good stuff for once. Then I saw a group of 3 women come in. One had a little computer for scanning books. The other 2 had iPads or something. I assumed to check resale prices? Either way, they were clearly resellers and started grabbing stuff after checking labels. I felt a sense of dread because I wouldn't be fast enough to check, so I just swooped everything off the rack and into my cart in my size. When the 2 got to me, they started staring. I said, "What?" And one was like, "We'd like to be able to see what's on the rack too." I said that they could as soon as I was done. She scoffed at me and said, "That's rude, we'd like a chance to shop these clothes too." I just ignored her and started looking at things one by one, taking my time, then putting them right back on the rack. The women were getting mad and snatching things basically out of my hand. I held up a nice top, and one of them tried grabbing it out of my hand, and I said, "Excuse you," and turned my back to her. They got all pissy and one stomped away to get a worker. The worker came over and asked what was going on. I said I was looking at the items from the rack, same as anyone else. They said I was hoarding everything so they couldn't get a chance to look. The worker said that I wasn't doing anything wrong, and then said to me, "Thank you for putting everything back when you're done." I finished what I was doing with the women breathing down my neck and took my clothes to go try on. One of them kept following me and asked me what the fuck my problem was, why I was being such a bitch, etc. I said, "Sorry that you're having a bad day, but it's really not my problem." Am I the asshole? Yes. I just wanted the chance to be able to find nice clothes for once. From my POV, I didn't do anything different than people who fill up their carts and go try on everything. Plus, I didn't even take all of the good clothes to begin with. Not the asshole. I'm pretty judgy about thrift resellers in general, but they would have done exactly the same thing you did if they had been there before you. The only difference is they would have been slightly more selective based on their researches. So not the kudos to the store employee for having your back. I hope you got some good finds. Not the asshole. They're mad you're cutting into their profits, and the worker was clearly not thrilled with them either. If they were just casual shoppers like you, it would have been weird, but they clearly weren't. Not the asshole. Those people are the scourge of the charity community. Rather than supporting a place for people to buy needed items for cheaper, they look for profit. They take people's charitable donations and treat it like their business. At least it's getting sold. Is a silly argument. It's the equivalent of going to a farmer the day of harvest, buying all the best-looking products for cheap, then reselling it at 5100x price. It's messed up. They got huffy because you're stealing their profit. I absolutely loathe and detest the bottom feeders. Not the asshole. Resellers have ruined thrifting. I have been thrifting for 15 years, and I used to find great stuff in my size all the time. Now it's just leftover shine junk. They are the same as landlords IMO, and there are way more ethical professions. Not the asshole. The worker's response when called over tells you that you were right. These women were resellers who would be taking away the chance for women who need these clothes at these prices to get them. I literally just saw a TikTok about this morning. People were complaining about the resellers taking everything off the rack and trying to sell them. Not the asshole. I think they were mad, 'cause you outsmarted them using their own game. Good for you. Not the asshole. Talk to the manager. I work at a thrift store. Do what you need to do to get clothes in your size. Our stores were and are set up for people like you. People who wear the clothes they purchase. We do not exist to service resellers. I have no objection to resellers. I test them when they are schmucks and ruin shopping for customers like you. The AITA resellers research every single item using their phones, blocking the aisles. The worst ones spread out garments all over the top of the clothing racks while doing their research. Not the asshole per the employee. Sounds like they would have done the same in your circumstance, and that may well be why you can't ever find anything in your size. Not the asshole. You did what they would have done if they beat you to it, except they likely would have bought a lot of it. There's no limit. Your only offense is getting there before the resellers. Good on you for standing up to them. Not the asshole. They could have looked around the store while you did what you did. That's what shopping is for. And yeah, even the employee knew what they were up to. If they want to resell, then they're gonna have to get used to people treating them like resellers. If they were resellers, why couldn't they just go browse another size? They had to resell exactly the size S that you were browsing. Not the asshole. They showed up at that time because they knew when new stock would be put on the floor. They did that specifically so that they could do what they were accusing you of doing, shop without anyone else getting to see those items before them. Their behavior is the exact reason the few Goodwill near me ban resellers and purposely do not have a static day or time that they put new stock out on the floor. Not the asshole. As a person who has loved thrifting for 25 years and laments how hard it has gotten since reselling became a major thing, I applaud your behavior here. Good for you for keeping your cool. Those women just need to get a job. Grabbing thrift store finds, which usually are in business to support a charity, just to resell for a profit, are opportunistic, greedy people. Let the lower income shoppers who need a bargain buy some nice things before the vultures swoop in. I hope you love what you bought. Not the asshole. Screw them. I hate resellers everywhere. All I do is drive up the cost. Not the asshole. You were looking for clothes before the vultures snatched them up. The worker told you that you were doing nothing wrong. Ignore people like that. Not the asshole. And TBH, I don't care for the whole idea of resellers raiding thrift shops. It feels wrong to me. Go to garage sales and shit, but don't go to a place for people who are struggling. And you don't have to be struggling to shop there, blah blah blah. But I feel it's markedly different to shop for yourself and to shop with the intention of making a profit off the charity of others. Not the asshole. You're looking to actually use these clothes. They're looking for a profit. They can wait.